Out of all my videos, if you ever watch any of them, I'm going to ask to please watch this one. Even if you find it boring, please. And I know that's a lot to ask for, but here it goes. Right now, I'm a truck driver and I've studied law as a hobby for 25 years. I've gotten laws passed, I've gotten regulations passed, I've gotten policies passed within governments and agencies and big companies, the biggest oil company in the world. No, I have no education, no schooling. Just kindergarten, was kicked out, and I had to educate myself, okay? Now, I really want you to understand that this law, access to law, information, public information, and access to that public information is disappearing. So much so that less, and I know this for a fact because I've done it for a long time, less than 1% of this stuff is accessible online anymore. There's people actively working in law offices and in courthouses working to illegally block you from accessing the information and block you from accessing the judicial system to use it. This has gotten so bad that a couple years ago, the California State Bar threatened to imprison a man in California who developed an AI system to help citizens research and take to court their own cases. The California State Bar, reaching their authority, they cannot legally do this, but they still do it. They're not kept in check. Would have been able to, if he released it, imprison him, saying that him creating that software to allow people to research themselves their own stuff, that he would be doing an illegal practice of law. Therefore, people accessing information in some way, that way they're accessing it will be considered some entity illegally practicing law. This is a problem. Today, attorneys are more ignorant than ever before. Laws in the judicial system and government is being completely ignored, and the people do not care about this. I don't know of any time in this government's history, in this country's history, I mean, where the law has been so easily dismissed and ignored by the whole society without anyone caring enough to lift a finger. But I want you to know I'm not creating a petition or anything right now. I just want you to know that this has happened. It's not that it's happening, it's that it has happened, and it will take a great deal of work to bring it back because nobody cares unless it affects them. And a lot of people, even if it affects them, they just give up. There are cases getting into courthouses, like a very evil judge named Judge Harper, one of the most corrupt judges, and they think statistically, when they run the numbers, the most corrupt judge in this country's history. And that doesn't hold weight after Trump says this all the time. But I'm honest, being honest here. It looks like she's guilty of many thousands of many thousands of acts against the government and the people per month through her decades-long career of being a judge in Porter County, Indiana, falsifying almost all statements, all police reports, all manuscripts, all of them, almost all of them. And she lived a long, cushy life till she finally died of natural cause. She died of cancer. Never a repercussion, never a consequence of constantly breaking laws and saying things like, I know you're innocent, but I don't like your attitude, so I'm going to sentence you to this anyway. She has said that. She's gone and she's threatened the jurors, saying that if you don't convict this man and make sure he goes to prison, I will personally make sure all your lives are hell. Yes, there are many, many accounts of people coming forward stating she said that. And because there is no authority in Indiana to, no commission or committees that are enforcing the restrictions on unethical behaviors on attorneys or judges, these people are living their full lives like this, doing human trafficking, uh, investing in drug dealing, all this stuff through their whole lives, and never, ever a single consequence. A lot of them are boomers, but the younger generation is now taking over, Gen X, and they're enjoying the same, what they view, benefits of a corrupt system that they'll never be held accountable. The federal government people in there, because I do have resources, told me that it's so bad here. They just don't have enough money throughout the whole system. Even if they invested the whole thing in here, they would not be able to even make a dent. They said because that's just the society here. Unfortunately, it's not like that just in Indiana. That was like 8 years ago when I was told this, 7 or 8 years ago when I was told this. It's like this now throughout the whole country. There are many felons out there who are innocent, many criminals out there that are innocent. And there are very few judges and attorneys that are not actively living a felon life constantly without there any repercussions. And if you report them or go after them, your life will be in danger. I know this for a fact. But this is happening, people. And there's no news sources that are covering this stuff. At least out here, they're in cahoots with them. They cover things up for them, and they have to, otherwise they disappear. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm being completely honest with you. It's really that bad. But that's all. I mean, again, this is just for awareness because I want people to start being aware that this is really happening. It's really bad, and people just aren't listening.